Welcome back. We are here with Mission 7 of the Nightfall campaign, Rilohn Refuge. So I'd mentioned this before. After Crossroads, you get to choose between whether you're going to help Margaret free Cormyr or Master of Whispers kill a Demon of Abaddon. Generally, I recommend picking Master of Whispers. In fact, that's what I did. That's why I have not done Pogan Passage in normal mode on this character, is because I always pick Master of Whispers. But depending on which one you pick, you either do Pogan Passage or Rilohn Refuge. Either way, they'll both take you to Modoc Crevice so you can continue. We're going to be doing both of them in order. So Rilohn Refuge appears in the Nightfalls book first, so we're doing this one first. And otherwise, comp virtually the same. This time, the required hero is Master of Whispers, since he's normally in my comp anyways. I decided to have a little bit of fun, and I would include Olias here with a Spoil Victor build. My goal here is I'm going to keep running a different hero build with every single mission we run. Well, I guess I kind of already failed that with Venta, didn't I? Well, whatever. As Chobek Village was the first time you used Koss. It does not matter what build you bring in there. The result would have been the same. Alright, so anyways, he runs a Spoil Victor build. Causes health loss whenever a creature attacks that has more health than you. So can be very useful in certain fights, like I believe Duncan the Black in Slaver's Exile is somebody who's particularly vulnerable to this skill. And I think there's use for it in War and Kryta, but I can't remember. But anyways, I do not have it on this character. But normally when I'm doing this mission, I would like to have the Asuran skill Pain Inverter with me, especially in hard mode. So if you have access to the Asura skill Pain Inverter, slot it in somewhere. It's just so good for the final boss in this. And in fact, this is one of the very few missions in the game where the bonus is actually completing the mission faster. So anyway, without further ado, we'll step right in on this. This mission should be relatively quick. Main thing is just making sure you follow Deja here and make sure she doesn't die. Make sure we're out of range before I speed boosted her. But yeah, just make sure you watch Deja mainly during this early stage, because she will go off and attack anything and everything. She's very much like Prince Rurik in that regard, without meeting the same fate for the efforts. I don't think I've actually mentioned it up to this point, but I know I've said that my I don't really apply the gear to all of my heroes. They're pretty much all running their initial stuff, with a few exceptions. That goes for me as well on this character. Like, literally, my spear here just has a suffix upgrade. No inscription, does not even have a prefix. Like, just because I've forgotten to put one on. So I really am not running optimally here. Oh, crud, he had it already. Well, whatever. Livia is who I need to cast it on next. Oh, priest in the back. They're just the same old Cornins we've always been fighting. Nothing special here. The new enemies we're going to run into are the Droughtlings. You would have already fought them in the mission, in the quest leading up to this mission. They're just basic, generic Earth Elementals. Not really too much to write home about there, and Deja is running up ahead. Yeah, how about you wait, and then I'd be happy to provide that little help you're asking for. Patience is a virtue. Instead, you got drunk on all that gin and you're doing something foolish. I am not apologizing for that pun, by the way. That was brilliant, and you know it. Alright, with that, we can now break into the building. They're just going to be chatty for a while. So the bonus in this mission is you don't weaken any of, or is you don't activate any of the pumps to weaken the drought. You just straight up go and fight them. The pumps are marked here. There's a total of 5. And the way to deactivate them is you kill all of the drought leagues that surround them. We're not doing that because we're going for Master's Rewards here. So all you need to do if you're going for the Master's Reward is you just head straight up the middle. And you just skip everything, which is really nice for this one. But yeah, if you're not as confident in your group or you're going through this the first time, you can. Where are you going? What in the world are you doing? All right, that skill was Withering Aura, I think. Where are you, Master of Whispers? There you are. You are banned from using Withering Aura. I do not trust you anymore. I appreciate you trying to help your underling over there, but time and place, bro. Time and place. Now that I think about it, he probably doesn't even need Withering Aura, because I don't have anything that's melee. Whatever. Probably just put another shout on him if I wanted to. But now we just wait. Master of Whispers will get the door open for us. And then generally, if it isn't obvious already, we're going to be running to the right because there is a mob to the left. Indeed, I agree. We've quickly passed through these gates. Just gotta watch out for this group right here. If you're quick, you can sneak around them. And then you only have to fight this one up here, which there will be another priest. Yeah, it's just 2 bowmen over there. It's not a big threat. And here we are. And with that, all that's left is killing the boss. Everyone's still Thanos from the looks of it. Good. So we're just going to watch the agent here. Once he starts moving, if you can give him a speed boost to help him along, always nice. That way he'll open the door for you quicker. Obviously, you don't need to because this is not a timed mission, but may as well save those seconds. So there's the drought right up there. Be very careful which droughtlings you kill. I guess you have to pull the lever anyways, not just kill the droughtlings. I believe it doesn't let you pull the lever until all the droughtlings nearby are dead. Oh, we're just going to take him out. So the Drought himself is an extremely powerful Sandstorm Elementalist. That's why you want Pain Inverter, especially if you can get a good horde of minions going, because the minions will each trigger an 80 damage packet whenever Sandstorm hits them, and you can get an insane amount of damage on it as a result. Instead, we're just going to go for straight shutdown here. I will be locking a lot of my guys on the Drought, and we'll do our best. Here we go. So that's Sandstorm. So it's on the ground over there. I'm going to get my guys away from it. Just whenever you see Sandstorm, look for where it is so you can step out of it. And then the Drought himself is not that big of a deal. So, already done. There we go. Easy peasy. And with that, we are now at Modoc Crevice, which we will not be doing next, as we will instead be going to the other side of things and running Pogan Passage. So, Rilohn Refuge, like I said, very quick mission, especially if you're going for the full bonus and Master's Reward there. And with that, not much else to say here. As always, hope these guides are useful, and we'll see you for the next one.